Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and let's talk about Snow White because it's happening, whether we like it or not. And the media is trying to put some blame on Gal Gadot, but this isn't Gal Gadot's fault. This is all Rachel and her big ass mouth. Disney stupidity for not canceling this when they had an opportunity. So there are some dwarf people coming out, and attacking Disney, which rightfully so, because I get it. They're still upset about the fact that, hey, you got rid of the dwarfs, you took dwarfs out of the name of Snow White. Then, not on top of that, you turned them into mythical creatures, but then that didn't work because you got backlash from that. And then you decided to, okay, we're gonna bring the dwarfs back, but we're gonna do them CGI, but we're gonna have dwarf actors voice the characters though. What kind of shit is that? That doesn't even make any damn sense, Disney. In all your infinite wisdom of, we don't want to offend nobody, you're offending everybody. This doesn't make logical sense. And the fact that they done canceled two premieres, or what? I think the UK one, and I think there was one in Australia, I believe. I can't remember if that was another one. The one in Hollywood, they said it's going to be like very closed off. It's going to be very small. They're going to have their people, like their camera people or whatever, like media approved people that they approved of to take pictures or talk to Rachel and Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot is promoting the movie over here in the States right now. Rachel is over in Japan still, and she's doing all the performing stuff over there because, you know, in Japan they don't really care about that nonsense anyway. Over here in the West, we got Gal Gadot promoting the movie. And she even recently, they asked her about the movie, but you can tell Gal Gadot's over it. She over it because she knows that the movie's done for. So she already know, because Rachel couldn't keep her mouth closed. Rachel kept saying stuff, talking about Israel and Pakistani, and, you know, even though, you know, Gal Gadot is Israeli, and you know, Gal Gadot, I think the only thing that she commented on and that is that she hoped for peace between the nations, while Rachel was talking about how terrible Israelis are, or whatever. And it's just like, your co-star is Israeli. Like, why would you even say stuff like that? Then of course you have the son of the original director of Snow White come out saying like, hey, this is trash. He's like, his father and Walt Disney would be turning in their graves because they worked really hard. That, like, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was an achievement that could have broke the company if it didn't make the money that Disney needed. So for them to disrespect it like that, where they added two new songs, Waiting on a Wish, where they took out Someday My Prince Will Come, and well, it was another song. I think was it? I forgot. Which one was it? There was another song that they said they took out. I can't remember which one was it right now. But and then they added Where the Good Things Grow and Waiting on a Wish. And then not only that, they retconned Snow White's origin. So get this, Snow White, the reason why she's named Snow White is because she was born during a hectic snowstorm and survived. Well, yeah, of course you're going to survive when you're the daughter of the queen and king, and y'all was in a warm, you know, casket charity that was snowproofed, you know, for the harsh weather or whatever. Of course you were going to survive. Yes, would they have wanted you to be born at home in the castle? Of course, but you were born during a snowstorm. So they're trying to explain why the hell for a Latina instead of being a white German girl or just a white person in general. Like, the character is literally called Snow White. Literally called Snow White. Like, come on now. Like, Jesus Christ. And it looks like right now there are also rumors saying that, you know, her management team and stuff like that was trying to tell her like, hey, shut up, stop talking, stop trying to be an activist with this kind of stuff or whatever. She's just like, no, I'm gonna do me or whatever. And it's just like, at some point, when are we gonna like take responsibility and be like, hey, look, you keep talking, this is against your contract. You talk one more time, step out of line one more time, you're fired automatically. And honestly, That's really it. And we're gonna cut it, and we're gonna take from your paycheck, and we're gonna countersue you. So shut the hell up. Shut the hell up, Rachel. That's what you can do. You know what I mean? And then, of course, there are defenders trying to defend it. Talking about, I just don't understand why. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You understand why people hate it. And it's kind of funny how people always want to be like, oh, it's nothing but 40-year-old men crying. No, there's not. It's not just men. It's women and families. Remember, this movie is 100 damn years old. For some reason, it's kind of funny how everybody always want to talk about how we don't care about this stuff. Well, first off, I was born in the 90s. I was born during the start of the Renaissance of Disney, the Renaissance era of Disney. But Snow White, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty have always been there. They've always been there ever since I can remember. I don't know how, but we had VHSs of a lot of the Disney movies. Definitely Snow White, definitely Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty. And then on top of that, afternoon time, sometimes Disney will show some of their classic movies. And sometimes you'll get lucky to see Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, and Cinderella on TV in the afternoon, depending on the time and place or whatever. So this whole notion that we don't care or whatever, no, it's part of our childhood. It's part of our childhood, and it's part of several people's childhoods. 100 years, and it's still relevant to this day. So clearly there's something there. And it's the same thing with the original Grimm Brothers fairy tale. It's something there. So again, don't tell us that we just now caring about this. No, we've always cared about this stuff. We've always cared about this stuff. Don't sit up here and say that people are just over exaggerating or whatever. No, it is a cornerstone of their childhood. It's a cornerstone of my childhood. It's a cornerstone of my mom's childhood. It's a cornerstone of my grandma's childhood. Like this is generational. This is generational. Snow White is older than my current family right now. You get what I'm saying? So don't sit up here and say it wasn't important. It was definitely important. Do I remember all of the songs? No, but I do remember I'm waiting for my prince to come. Someday my prince will come. Someday we'll meet again. And then, of course, whistle while you work. Dun, 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 dun. And of course, us black folks, we took that song and whistle while you work. Dun, 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 dun. Go Hayden Small and Mickey Mall and whistle while you work. Twerk some whistle while you work. So come on, Night. Stop acting like Snow White isn't part of people's lives. There's nothing wrong with wanting a Snow White to be Snow White, and there's been other interpretations. It's kind of funny how people were like, well, it's Snow White, and there's been plenty of interpretations. You never said anything else about the other interpretations of Snow White. The reason why I didn't say anything about the other interpretations of Snow White was because they were their own Snow Whites. They weren't Disney Snow White. It's the same thing with Cinderella. Like, people were like, oh, well, you like the Brandy Cinderella. Yes, I do love the Brandy Cinderella. I will always love the Brandy Cinderella. But the one thing that Brandy Cinderella didn't do was try to be Disney Cinderella, right? She wasn't singing Disney Cinderella songs. She was singing Roberts and Hammerstein's Cinderella. You get what I'm saying? It's the same thing with The Little Mermaid. Well, how come you have a problem? Because Ariel wasn't black in the cartoon. This is a live action remake. Why is she black? Why is she black? That doesn't make any sense. The same thing. This is supposed to be a live action remake of the 1937 movie. Why is she Latina? Why is she Latina? Why is she brown? Why does she look like Lord Farquaad? You know what I'm saying? Why did you make all of these changes to the point where if you go to the theme park right now, look at Snow White. There's a beautiful actress who looks, acts, and feels like Snow White. Gestures, everything. And the outfit is impeccable, right? So that's a Disney park person. But then we get to the live action remake. What the hell? What the hell? It's the same thing with Ariel. What the hell? Like y'all are literally destroying two of your most iconic Disney princesses just to be diverse and inclusive. For what reason? For who? Because this isn't going to be remembered long. The thing about this movie that's going to be remembered is the controversies and how you're spitting on the grave of Disney. You know what I mean? Like, this should never have happened. You're discriminating against the little people. People are tired. People said they didn't want this. You still did it anyway. And now you're going to try to accuse us of being racist, sexist, misogynist, homophobic, or whatever, while you're actually the one actually being that yourself. Like, make it make sense. Oh, the 1937 movie was a problem, evidently so. And she's not going to be dreaming about the prince. She's going to be dreaming about about dreaming about the leader that her father said she can be. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Tell me you don't know Snow White without telling me you don't know Snow White. I don't need this big bitch girl ass boss energy from Snow White out of all the characters. The reason why she's a powerful character in her own right is because her kindness. The reason why the mirror says she's the fairest of them all, because she can touch people with her kindness, with her spirit. Being a strong woman doesn't mean physically. It's strong of heart. It's in the face of immense odds or whatever. Do you still have the courage to continue? Which Snow White did. It's like y'all completely missed it. And there's nothing wrong with her dreaming about the prince coming to come and save her. Nothing's wrong with wanting somebody to come and save you. We've all wanted that. I'm quite sure we've all had that. There's nothing wrong with waiting for someone to come and help you, to come and save you. So I just don't get it. I really don't get it. It is crazy. And now they're projecting the movie hopefully it'll make money like Mufasa, where it starts off slow but then grow over time, because I think Mufasa made $30 million for the best thing opening weekend. So they're hoping, I think they say about $75 million they're hoping. And they're hoping that a lot of parents don't care and take their children to go see it. You might have got away with that with Lion King, but with Snow White, I doubt it, because it's the same thing with The Little Mermaid. When the woke parents tried their best to get people to go to the Little Mermaid movie or whatever, and then it was so much controversy with that one, and that movie finished 500 something. Like, that's not good on a $250 million budget. That's barely any profits, to the point where they were even trying to sell merchandise of the Little Mermaid, and they couldn't even sell it. They couldn't even sell Ariel merchandise. You get what I'm saying? You took one of your most marketable, buyable Disney princesses and then said, hey, let's make her black and hope to God that that'll make people want to buy it. But all it did was turn people off from the Little Mermaid. Like, come on now. And again, there is someone who loves Snow White that is older than me, the same age as me, or younger than me. And I'm talking about the original Snow White. So to even sit up here and say that people don't care, well, they do, because it's the same thing with me and the Little Mermaid. I care about the Little Mermaid. I cared about Lion King. I cared about Aladdin. I cared about Beauty and the Beast. I mean, y'all have remade every damn movie that was very personable to me, except for like Pocahontas, Tarzan, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Hercules, and pretty much butchered them. Butchered the hell out of them. And they've been so ingrained into my life that I couldn't let them go, even if I wanted to. It's the same thing with like DC and Marvel. As much as I hate them, the same thing with anime. The same thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I talk trash about all of the stuff I love, but they've been integrated into my life so much that I could never give them up. You know, I might not buy the new stuff that's going on or whatever, but I'm not going to sit up here and not say anything when you're bullshitting the original for some slop, some quick buck slop at that. So it is what it is. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.